What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and I have recently watched 24 episodes of the hit Netflix anime Komi Can't Communicate, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't think there were 2 seasons, so I'm going to milk this for all it's worth. I'm going to milk my torture and split this into the 2 seasons that it is supposed to be. So each season of Komi Can't Communicate is of 12 episodes, so you can easily binge it out in pretty much one day. We're going to be taking a look at the first season here, which obviously takes place first, introducing us to the characters. And to be fair, I am very mixed feelings on this anime, but we'll get into that a little bit later on in the video because we always start off our anime show TV sort of review videos with a little Google ceremony. We start off with Google and what Google has to say and what other people have rated it before we get into my opinions, the opinions that really matter here, and why you're here. But without further delay, let's get into the Google side of things. It has a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, but when Komi transfers to a new school, she becomes instantly popular because of her beauty. However, she struggles to connect with people and seeks to make new friends with Tadano's help. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but there is 12 episodes here, and the basic story for the first 12 episodes is Komi comes to school. She's insanely popular. Popular. However, she cannot talk to people, and she has crippling social anxiety to the point where she runs away, she doesn't talk, she talks to them through writing stuff down on paper, and that's pretty much it. Anytime someone tries to talk to her, she shakes, she mumbles, she doesn't get her words out properly, she stutters, and it all just leads to her getting more and more embarrassed and losing sleep at night because of it. If that sounds familiar, is that just me, or does that sound super familiar? Cool. Right, anyway, back to the main story. She makes her first friend, and that's how the series starts. We have her talking to Tadano, who then agrees to help her make 99 more friends, because that's her goal, that's her dream. She wants to make 100 friends. So throughout this series, we have her struggling to make those friends, and we go to meet another character in episode 2, and at that point, I thought the series was going to be very repetitive, with a new friend every episode. And that continued the thing in the third episode, where we got another friend, and then the fourth friend in the fourth episode, and the fifth friend in the fifth episode. So I was feeling quite down and defeated because every episode seemed to include a new friend. However, that broke the trend in number 7 when they all went to the pool and had the stereotypical pool episode, which was very shit and very boring. We don't like school, pool, beach episodes. They're just fan service for weird, strange internet people, and it's not good. Number 9 and number 8 and number 10 were again just our characters that we've been introduced to in the first 6 episodes, doing random, normal, everyday school activities with a little bit of sort of social anxiety thrown in there, a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of friendship and character building going on there as well. And then the last 2 is them doing a maid, doing a maid ceremony, doing a maid thing. And again, that's really creepy and really weird, and I'm not here for it. This entire series was very weird, very strange, and over-sexualized a lot of the characters, especially Komi, and I did like one thing about this. There was a creepy girl instead of a creepy guy. I thought that was really interesting, because I've never really seen anime deal with a creepy, pervy girl before, so that twisted the normal stereotype on its head, which I thought was really cool and really interesting. With it just being a girl instead of a guy. However, they were still creepy and they were still perving on a high school girl, which I still thought was very strange and made me want to watch this anime less and less with each passing episode. And they tried to sexualize Komi with her maid outfit and with her beach episode, and again, I'm not here for it. That's just weird. It is a high school girl, and they make it adamant in the first 6 episodes that everyone here is between the ages 16 and 15, which is extremely young, and they constantly sexualize these characters, and I'm not here for it. I didn't like it. I watched half this series from behind my phone, because it was very boring. It was just a background noise to me, and it wasn't interesting in the slightest. I'm going to be honest, I struggled watching this. I struggled to look away from my phone. It all seemed very boring and uninteresting. And when I was just glancing up every now and then, I'm like, right, cool. The show's still on. Netflix hasn't paused it. And I'm just listening to it. And it's a very basic story. There's nothing real exciting going on. It is the same shit over and over again. And they do the same jokes over and over again with the white-haired girl not being able to understand Komi and having to get Tarano to sort of be the translator and talk for her. And it's just not it. It's just slow, it's boring. The animation is the best part about it. But then again, they make Komi look a lot older than she actually is. And I don't know, I just didn't like how Komi looked in the show at all. Like, I didn't like her face. It looked really different to everyone else. And there was moments where they made the characters look really realistic, and then they did, like, the complete opposite and made them look really cartoony. And I feel like this anime is very similar to my, like, Psyche K and his disastrous life. I feel like it's another sort of high school comedy show that is really weird. And we even have a girl that is very similar to the blue-haired guy in Psyche K's life, with him being freaky as shit and constantly talking about, like, Dark Revolution. And however, in this one, she's talking about dragon energy. And to be fair, she is my favorite character. I think she's one of the coolest ones. But again, it is just a strange character to see. And that's pretty much it. There isn't really much else to talk about. Like, the comedy isn't there. I didn't laugh at any of it in the series. I didn't think any of it was that funny. I didn't think anything was that interesting. There's no real points that I picked up on that were, like, you know, exciting enough to sort of bring back up and mention. I quickly went over the series as a whole because, again, there's nothing else to go into. The series as a whole is quite boring and very basic. Animation style is unique, with the constant flux between the sort of really cartoony to the normal to the really extreme. So they go to both ends of the extreme, with the really low quality, weak, sort of cartoonish animation to the really high quality, detailed animation for the serious moments, which I quite like that juxtaposition. I quite like the jumping from each. However, again, it is still very boring and very slow. I don't know. I watched half of it from behind my phone, so I don't know if I can justify. I did watch season 2 though, so do stay tuned for tomorrow, because that is what we are looking at in tomorrow's anime review. Season 2 of Komi Can't Communicate, which, yay, exciting. More Komi. Said no one ever. But yeah, that's the anime. That's season 1. Go watch it if you want to. There isn't really much else to say about it. I had my nitpicks, and there is very little positives about it. For a comedy anime, it doesn't make you laugh. The story's weak. Animation's weak. The only reason I decided to watch this is because I also have social anxiety, so I thought, I'd relate to the character a little bit. I've never run away from a conversation. I've avoided a conversation and, like, sort of held back on a conversation and sort of procrastinated so I didn't have to talk to them. But I've never sort of ran away from a conversation, if that makes sense. So there was very little in common me and Komi actually had. So I feel like I was pointless in watching this anime to connect with another character. I don't know how accurate it is with the representation of social anxiety, because, again, I've done some of the things she's done. Like, I've walked into shops and left because I didn't want to talk to anyone, or I've just stood outside somewhere because I didn't want to go in and I was too nervous to go in. And that's all that's really happened. Like, I haven't ran away from anyone who spoke to me, and I do agree, I have made noises instead of actually talking when someone's talking to me, because I don't know what to say and, like, my words won't come out. And I do stutter when I get anxiety. And that's pretty much all the commonalities that we have. So, again, I don't know how accurate it is. And it does sort of play with it on comedy. So I don't know how accurate it is either. But she does have friends which are trying to help her, which I suppose is good. But other than that, that's all there really is to the anime. So hopefully in the second season we get a little bit more, but this one is just to set up the second season, I think, and to get us introduced to the characters. So hopefully they do a little bit more than just give us fan service and give us some actual interesting story acts for next season. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to give season 1 a 4 out of 10. I watched it. Am I happy about it? It was okay. I can't say I'm ecstatic about watching it, and I'll probably never watch it again. So 4 out of 10 it is. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you do want me to rate any other animes or talk about any other animes or TV shows or movies, please also do leave their titles down in the comments below, and I'll get on it as soon as possible. Alright, bye bye.